My name's Amy Thomson. I am the CEO and co-founder of Moody. Moody is a daily hormone health app for women. We use machine learning to predict and understand cycles and then make recommendations of the right diet, exercise and mindfulness to support female hormone health. A passion that comes from both a professional and a personal space. So professionally, I could see this huge opportunity from working with health technologies and brands like Nike, early doors, before even Instagram existed in about 2011. And the opportunity really being that personalization was going to come from connecting an understanding of wellness with health data. It also came from a personal place in the sense that I'd actually experienced burnout earlier on in my career. My periods had stopped and everyone kept telling me there was a correlation between the stress and the cycle disruption, but there was no way of understanding it and there was no way of tracking it. And so when you have a convergence, I think, of professional and personal, that's where great ideas come from. So that was my inception story. So I think you have to go into building any business with a view that you can overcome any barrier, but you have to just wait for the barriers to come to you. So the first barrier that we had to manage was it takes a really long time to build machine learning, and you have to deal with the workflows, the team management, and not just that, but also the cash of being able to fund a pre-revenue business up until the point you have your technology ready and in market. So fundraising is not a straightforward process, and it's really complicated, very time consuming and exhausting. It's also very emotionally draining. And the data shows only 2% of VC funding goes to female founders. So there's also a market issue in terms of matching your experience, your understanding, your business with the right funding channels. So funding has been one of the major barriers. It's not been a straight line. It's been angel funding, and it's been over lots of rounds over a period of time. That takes, again, a lot of energy, a lot of stress. So the barriers are interconnected really, but we have overcome them. And we've got an incredible investor base. And we've now been able to see the kind of, resilience and return on that stress. And we are now in a growing phase of the business. And it's a really exciting moment to start to see the revenue generation, the growth, and the impact that this product and technology is having on the women that use it. So we made Moody remote in 2019, before COVID and before the trend of remote working. The reason for that was all our engineers and data analysts are women and working mums. And we realized that it's a really important factor for them to have more flexibility and agile working. The structure we put in place was to have a meeting every month in person across 3 days as almost an offsite, and then to have daily meetings and a huge amount of communication between the team. That worked really well, and we're still an agile team. We still have that remote system. I think the reason it works for us is we're a primarily female team, and childcare, flexibility, that's what also attracts the talent that we have. The ability to have impact in female health, apply that skill set in your daily work, but also have the flexibility around the things that are fundamental to your everyday life. So for us, it works really well. There's so many reasons hormone health is important. Firstly, it connects everything from metabolism, sleep, energy, motivation. And so when you as an individual understand your hormone health, you can be a lot more empowered in the decisions you're making. When you might feel most moody, for example, and when to avoid potentially taking big meetings or big decisions about life. It doesn't necessarily change the reality of your processes, but it definitely helps you organize and understand your health and well-being better, and then be more informed about the decisions you're making. Obviously, also helping in terms of nutrition, exercise, and having more impact and benefit from those routines and habits. In terms of organizations, I think one of the major shifts that's starting to happen is organizations recognizing the mental, physical health importance of hormones, whether that be menstruation, whether that be looking at perimenopause and postmenopause. And it's really important that organizations actually have mandatory training around mental and physical health, and hormones should be a component of that, but not just mandatory for female employees, but also for everyone. Because if everyone understands how health and wellness can affect you and affect your work process. There's a better empathy and a better understanding as an organization. And that also cultivates much better culture and therefore retention of staff. So in the long run, it's a good business decision both for you and also for employers as well.